Yo guys, it's MK, and today I will be just going through my game against Clement and explaining like some of the rounds, my thought process, etc. So without further ado, let's just get into it.
It's going to be a good time. We are ready now to start
Alright, round one
our
was
next
Turkey, and I saw Coast South, so I decided to just send Adana
main
with the
stream.
Coast South because I thought it could make sense.
Goodness. That
And
critical hit
Clement
right there.
goes more west coast, which
Very
also
weird.
could make sense. There's
So,
probably areas where
base
there's
game,
slight south coast, but it was just in
okay.
Talia,
The base
so
game, more than
not as
any
many
other
points as
game
I
we've
would
seen
have
so
hoped for,
far, I
but
think
it was
this
still
is
some
the
points,
fastest
which
pace on the
I'll
movie.
take.
Neither of these
I actually
players
didn't click on
sees themselves
coast,
moving the
which,
player. Neither of these players wants to move
relatable.
around very much. They just want to get
This
the
one I
player
just
where they
saw it
want
was
them.
A-type black car
Big
long
hit
antenna,
seems on the
which
Yeah,
usually, if it
to be
looks
honest, we
cooled,
saw
you just send
it was
Leningrad.
just, oh, okay,
But
so
after I
running
guessed,
them
I saw
through
the hills and was like,
here.
oh, those are weird.
And
So
some
like,
players
I
hate
understand why
Leningrad
he sent where he
sky
did because it
first.
didn't look like he
Yeah,
looked
Complain
at
about
the
it to be
antenna.
honest.
So without the antenna, that's a very hard
That's
Leningrad.
right
exactly
there.
why.
So yeah, it's a
Oh,
But it,
lot of
wow,
points
that brings
on
us
the
down to
second round.
97 health
So I
already.
was very
I mean,
pleased with
just
that
he
result.
just looked at the antenna, looked at the landscape, bang.
This
Doesn't need any
round,
more
I
thinking.
just
He's
moved
so
for
good.
a Kabupaten, and it said
He can just blow
Takalar, which
past
is I knew was just somewhere like around Makassar, and I thought it was more
Typically,
south. So
in
since
some parts of
slightly south of
Warcraft,
Makassar,
typically it's allowed.
I don't
Yeah,
think
because
I
it's
could have won
fastest.
on that anyway.
If you
No,
can't deal with
mathematically,
it,
even if I 5k,
that's on
this
you.
doesn't really
Yeah,
matter.
I mean, he's just using the strategy that benefits him the most. I mean, he's so good at this.
And this last round was the road in Ghana south of Tamale
Definitely
with
10 point there.
this
10 point
very
there, Chad.
like
Down to
dark
Clement as we
dirt
go into
and
round
cloudy
4.
coverage.
Here,
So I
Lemon
was
Lock
just looking
saving
for
that
an
zone for a
angle.
while. I mean,
Wasn't sure how far
100%
south the
bet this
coverage
this Clement
extends.
needs to be closer,
This
otherwise
town looked
he's gonna
fine,
lose.
but it was actually a little bit more
Oh
south.
my goodness.
But we take
Wow.
the
MK.
movie game flawless
Absolute
like that.
second place
So I was very happy with
player
that.
right there. Ends it in 4 without even
So,
losing.
yep, that's a good
Even
start
chance
to
of
the
losing.
Yeah,
duel.
Without losing.
I mean, speaking from
Speed.
experience, just have a forest, so
Alright.
first time we've really seen MK
This was
use
Sweden. I
two.
was
Yeah,
confused on this round
So
with
blinded,
no car,
or
but
was
like
he wearing
just the
the one
landscape
arrow
just
effect?
looked like it had to be Sweden with
agreed.
these
I like it
cool
as
looking
well.
trees.
Again, around like this, you're
So I just
rarely going
ignored the
off hills.
car.
You're going off landscape. That's
Yeah, we
it.
both get Sweden there and
Together
guess
in the
two
end, it's just
south.
right outside Stockholm, Clement.
So it was only 200 points lost, which
Yep, nice
is
guess from both players
fine.
there. Very difficult round.
This was Almaty with
Kazakhstan.
the Soviet
Yeah, I
looking
love
architecture, the
sort
truck,
of
winter
snowy
coverage
coverage
with
from that
mountain
angle.
south. So
Seems to
yeah,
be the
pretty easy
vicinity.
location. So we just
That
send
is
near
where
the
you plant
mountains
the
because
tallest
they're
buildings
right
in
south of
Kazakhstan, so you
us.
get a lot of winter coverage as well.
And it was the mountains of Almaty.
Works out there
So yep, we get
in the
that.
town. 24. 24 points. That's it.
Next round was actually just Turkey, and this is white car, but I
In the
couldn't
forest.
tell what the car color was because the lighting was weird to
There's a
me.
sign over there.
But yeah,
What's this
definitely
do?
not a good round for me.
Yeah, really not
I
much to
struggled
go off
with
here.
another
Just
Turkey location
vibes.
in this Battle 3 because I couldn't tell it
Yeah,
was white
please,
car.
please
Don't know
explain
what it was about this
Croatia for
duel,
MK.
but I just
Albania
could not identify
possibly.
white car for some
Clement,
reason.
unless he changes the
Yeah,
guess.
he missed it as
Is
well,
Bulgaria?
but he went Bulgaria,
It's
so he was
Turkey.
significantly
Wow.
closer.
Crazy round.
So yeah, I lost quite a lot of points in
That's a
that
great
round,
hit
so
here,
I
MK.
was not very thrilled with that.
I know MK, he's calm right now. If we could see his cam, he'd be calm.
This was
He's always calm.
Bahia with
He's
the
always
white
calm.
mushrooms,
That
so
is
I just
awesome.
insisted in case he
Another
missed it,
round of
but
this classic
I didn't really think
zone desert
about my
scene.
region guess within
Winter
Bahia,
look.
which in hindsight was a mistake because he
Not
did not
sure
miss the white
why, which I
mushrooms.
like. I think it
I was
makes
hoping
sense.
he would,
The
but
greenness
yep,
in the
he
background supports
said
going
region guesses
for
Bahia,
a little more
which
south
makes
than the
much more
standard
sense to be down there than where I clicked.
Works.
So yep, I paid the price for
That's
sending
the
too
damage
quick.
again. Guys, MK only on 1,917.
Next round was Philippines, which
But
is
multis have racked it up.
definitely not one of my favorite
Every time he's
countries.
getting
It's
hit
very
on 5.
random. But with these tuk-tuks, I probably should have sent more north, but I was just kind of
a good amount of
scared of
damage to me.
losing, so I was just hedging everything
Same old
on this,
Moku
and
simulator
I was gonna see if
round.
maybe he would just try to guess something to get the
Yeah,
win,
difficult one to
I didn't want to like lose if he middle clicked.
You do have some various trees and things.
So yeah, I just clicked middle because I'm not good at this country.
One of the main things people tend to use in the Philippines is the took.
And it was ended up being max north. So like if I actually like basically 5k'd it, I could have nearly one shot him on this round
Not very good at identifying them myself. Wow.
because we were both very far away.
Far north Luzon Island. That's pretty crazy. But it keeps Clement in the lead. Somehow, just that little difference.
Next round was just Santa Cruz, so I just hit send. I didn't really expect him to miss this, to be honest. A very easy round for any pro player. It's just this Gen 3 coverage in the Amazon with the white car. Concrete road also makes sense.
46.
Alright, the Amazon, I guess. But close enough. This was a difficult Indonesia round. At first, I did think of Cali because like that house looked very Cali, but it was a little bit of an odd landscape to me, so I was very hesitant to send. If I insta-sended, I could have maybe won since it looks like he's in Lampung, but I was not confident enough because I was also about to go Lampung because the hills were a little bit weird. Try to see if there was any like info on the back of that, like a Kabupan, for example, but I couldn't read anything. And there was one Sumatra problem, which is why I was about to go Lampung, but I was like, the houses just look too Cali to not go Cali, so I made sure to switch last second, which made sure I didn't lose on this round. But he water hedged Sula and Cali, so he was fine, unfortunately. If he water hedged Cali and Suma, we could have won. Yep, we did not, so only got 1,000 points on that, which was better for the mental that we are losing points only. Still, we didn't have too much rounds left to make a comeback. This had a UK gate, so I knew it shouldn't be Ireland even with the fake grass in the middle of the road meta, which I was hoping he would maybe trust that instead, but he went Isle, which is probably a similar distance, but I should have committed on this round south, but I don't know, I was not sure enough to do that. Could have been close to a game if I did, maybe. Yeah, it would have been close, but I'm not sure it would have been quite enough. This was going to be southern Spain with the greenhouses in this very dry landscape. So I sent Almira because that's a very good place to click with a combination of those two things. He was in me in South America, which I'm not sure what that was about. I think it was probably his internet issue since he talked about that. Yeah, then he switches to Spain in a second, keeping himself in the game. So now it just comes down to whatever the last round is. And this last round was Australia, and I kind of fumbled this round. This road that I'm clicking on first would have way more trees, which I did realize that a little bit through scanning. I just know that it has a red road, which this road was red. Then I look and see there's not enough trees. Then I switched to the road below, which actually got new coverage somewhat recently, which is white car now. But before it was black car, and I didn't know at the time that it was white car yet. So yeah, I was scanning where it wouldn't really make as much sense. But if I knew that, I probably could have gotten the area, because I would have only left west of Mount Isa. But unfortunately, I did not do that. Like where Clement clicked, he's on basically the 5K right now. I ends up moving by the end, so if I had known it, it would have been enough. So yeah, we take the loss on this game, which I was not very thrilled about, but sometimes it just happens. Don't always play your best. Alright. Alright, NPC, I start off very rough. I just misread this round. I thought it was like maybe high altitude because it didn't look too warm. So high altitude would make sense. This is usually not too warm if you're very high. But it was just southern Brazil, which I just thought the soil would have been more red in Brazil, but I guess not. Clement actually gets this. So if this had been like just 2x multis, I lose straight off this. Even 1.5x, I would have lost on the other round. So I was really lucky that this was only round 1.
Yeah, I didn't think of Brazil myself there. That's wow.
This is just Albania with the trees and roofs.
Yeah, very well done, MK.
Montenegro also makes sense as a guess, but I don't know. I just got more Albania vibes.
A little bit of damage down to Clement.
I was expecting to lose this game, to be honest.
We've seen him do it before, that's for sure.
This was just Vorkuta with the Winter Gen 3, and he clicked the road. So yeah, very impressive guess by Clement. Not sure how to do that. Probably just got a lucky plonk.
17 meters is insane.
This is another case where I misidentified white car, or just couldn't identify it. Luckily, we both are unable to identify white car, so I should have definitely lost on this location.
Disregard me.
But yeah, I don't know, the lighting was just weird and I couldn't tell.
Yeah, they're both going for it, so probably.
In hindsight, it makes much more sense than Bulgaria.
It is Turkey. Okay, I thought it was too.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah, sub him in.
Yep, very mediocre guess from both of us.
Maybe it's just a sun glare, but yeah, it looked Turkish to me.
This looked pretty, didn't look too hot. I know it was Australia, of course. So I thought Melbourne with this landscape. I tried insisting to put the pressure on, but it didn't work because he also got it.
I don't know, but Clement
It was just Warrnambool.
Same vibe. That makes a lot of sense. With the types of trees and everything you see there.
So yeah,
For Victoria.
I was pretty nervous at this point.
I see it.
Then we get Oman, which I had practiced a decent bit when it came out, and to me this looked like the hills north of Salalah. So I just insisted in case he misses it, or even like misses Oman. But if he got Oman, it was very hard to send here unless you practiced it, and luckily he didn't get it. So we just clutched out the win on this battle of 3, which I was very happy about.
look at that.
So yeah, it was very close for comfort. So I'd hoping my next games are not as close for comfort. But yeah, that'll be all for this match. So yeah, if you guys want me to do more of these, just let me know. And thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.